student, we are rolling admissions, which means that you actually get to determine when you hear back from a school. So if you hear rolling admissions, that is usually a really good thing for many students. So for instance, we get back to students within 4 to 6 weeks of receiving their completed application. Last year, the first student that I met that had been admitted in my area was on September 14th, really early. So that makes Thanksgiving, all the holidays super nice because everyone wants to know where you're going, so you can tell them. But that's rolling admissions. One of the things that I always want to point out when we talk about applying early or getting through the application process earlier, there are many benefits to that, regardless of if the school is early action, regular decision, that can be a little bit different, sorry, early decision, and then rolling admissions. For rolling admissions specifically, the point that I always want to drive home is a lot of times students think, I'm going to get through my early decision, if you choose it, which we'll describe, early action, and my regular decisions, and then I'll focus on rolling admissions because you just keep going, right? Well, the reality is we're actually making decisions as we receive those applications. So a student that I might see in November or October and be super excited about can see that there are some areas of concern that maybe some of my colleagues might have, but I think they're a great fit for the university. I can advocate for. I can go back to that student and say, hey, I saw that we only received one test score. Did you consider taking an October or November test? Get that back to us so we can review your application again. I can definitely go in and have a lot more to say about a student and ask the student for more things as well, if it's earlier in the process. That same student in February, there are very few things I can do for that student at that time. We've also given a lot of yeses, so the rigor with which we're reviewing applications now has increased, so I don't have as much flexibility. So there is a benefit to applying earlier in the process, even at a rolling admission school. If anyone has heard the term early decision, and we do have an early decision, I'll let Jennifer talk about that.
Yeah, sure. So at GW, we have early decision. We don't have early action. The difference between early decision and early action is early decision is binding. That means you only choose one university that you will apply to early decision, and that means if you get into that school, that you are committed to go there. So I would say early decision is good for that person who knows they can financially go to the school that they're applying to. So I would not advise a student, if you're not sure family-wise what your financial situation is, to apply early decision. We don't do this at GW, but some schools also, if you apply early decision, you may not get the merit scholarship that you would get if you apply regular decision. So you just want to always make sure that you're checking with your admissions counselor representative at whichever school you're applying to if they do offer early decision. Early action, you're applying earlier, you're finding out earlier, but you're not bound to that school. So you can apply to other schools early action and not have to go to that school. So that's just the difference between